What you say there, Spooky? Speedy, you gonna come for a ride in the other S10, the 99 today? It looks like I'm being ignored. What do y'all think? Yeah, there sits our black one, our 98. That's a 98 S10 2.2. Long wheelbase. Yeah, with the sports side option. And the custom wheels, factory, with a tonneau cover on the bed. Still haven't got it all cleaned up, but we took her out for a test drive last night, or yesterday evening, late afternoon, whatever. After my son brought it over to me with his friend Justin, 8 o'clock Tuesday night. I was real appreciative. Yeah, it's got a few things wrong with it since last I saw it, but it ain't no biggie. You know, it's been 2 years since I seen it. It's a little bit worse for wear, but that's the way it is. You know, you loan vehicles, people use them. Yeah, things happen. Not enough to get stressed all out about. But we're not taking this one. It was a hot ride yesterday. Of course, it was 92 yesterday. No air on this one either. And there's no air on the one we're going to be taking right now. And there she is, my little Focus. She's still down. We're still thinking, what are we going to do? Somehow I'm thinking we haven't given it all up yet. She'll ride again, just not right now. We gotta get some things done. We got a doctor's appointment Friday. We had to have a set of wheels. Well, there we have it. 46% humidity, 90 degrees officially here in the carport in the deep south of Alabama. So that's in the shade. Carport climate out there in that blazing sun. It's much more hotter. And this little S10, she's running rough. Because the gas that's in it, been in it since November of 2020. But it's only got about a third of a tank left. We're going to try to run her out. Now, if you'd like to come along, you can. But be full aware. She could lay down on us, leave us stranded. Though she never has. It's going to be hot. There is no air. All we got for air is roll down the windows and drive. You know, just like back when we all started out in life. Yeah, we called it the 260. AC. 2 windows down, 60 miles an hour. Or however fast we happen to be going at the time. So, if you'd like, jump in the bed if you prefer. Or pile in the cab. And let's see if we can get her on the road and down the highway. Okay? Now, once this thing starts up, I'm not even sure you're going to be able to hear me anymore. But if you can't, oh well. That's just part of real life. You know, that IRL. Well, let's see if she'll crank on up. She's cranked twice today. You just never know. Now all of y'all piled on, weighing her down. She might have said, heck with this. Never know. Let's give her a try, though. Yep, she's going. You can tell she's a little rough. Now, I haven't drove her far, just here in the yard. So I don't even know if she'll get up to highway speed. This could be a short ride. I'm only taking it right now because I need some gas for my mower. As you can see, the yard needs mowed. So let's give her a try. You know, this is a manual. You know, nowadays, 50% of America can no longer drive a manual. We got her going. She's rough. She's going. We got a vehicle coming. Well, I could have swore. Maybe not. Maybe they turned somewhere. Let's see. Nope, there it comes. That's a nice big truck. But like most people, she's staring at her cell phone, driving down the right highway. Okay, we got her out on the road. Here we go. Well, we're heading her down Monroe anyway. Yep, it's gonna be a rather rough ride. I would apologize, but hey, I warned you. I'm just shocked that it can even run at all based on this fuel. This fuel's been sitting just shy of 3 months to 2 years. Yeah. Excuse me. Well, that's going to tell you just how long your fuel lasts. We're going to throw some more in it once we get her down a little bit more. She'll go quick. You know, this is when it's a good thing that you live in a little town. You'd be hard pressed to do this in a big city. But she's not smoking. She's just running rough. Of course, like I knew, leaves are coming out of everything. They're everywhere. Check engine lights flashing. She ain't liking that old fuel. And I know what it means. It means she's a missing. Yep. We'll just keep running her though. Try to get more of it out. So when we put some good in, now I could have, you know, I know people watch this video and say you should have siphoned it out. Do you know they make vehicles now where you cannot put a hose in them to siphon them? Yep. And guess what? This is one of them. You can't do it. No size hose will fit down into the gas tank. Why? Because there's a little cage at the end with a ball in it blocking your hose from getting to the gas. You know, that's why people punch holes in gas tanks now. Because modern day cars from a certain year going forward, you are not able, regardless of the size of hose, siphon gas out of them anymore. It's an anti-thievery thing. It also makes it pretty poor for the rest of us when we need to do it. Like now. Of course, I'm eyeballing some of these here newer used vehicles that I'm seeing. We got her in 4th gear. We got her up to 50. I ain't thinking she's gonna get much further than that. Nope. And I don't want to really put any more gas in it. Now there is a trick that you can do. You can disconnect your fuel line from your fuel rail. Yep. You can do that. And then by cycling your key on and off, you can pump out the old fuel there that way. Yep, you can do it that way. Or you can just drop the tank, which is a whole big ball of wax. Been done there, lived it, and didn't like it. So hey, it is a beautiful day. Albeit it is scalding hot out there. And you know what? Yeah, I'm finding it's not real bad with this here 255 air conditioning we got right now. Especially once you get sweaty. You know, between all this wind evaporating the sweat cools your way on down. Yep, it's been a long time since old Mr. Tom rode through the summertime without no AC. Maybe in the comments below the video, you'll tell me how long it's been, or maybe you do it every day now too. If you do, I feel for you. It ain't so bad as long as you keep going. It's when you gotta sit at them there traffic lights, or God forbid, a traffic jam. That's why we going out in the country. Yep. We going out in the country where hopefully there won't be no jam. You know, except music jam. That's another thing don't work in the truck. It don't have a CD. It was born before the age of CDs. Can you imagine that? It's just got one of them there cassette tapes. And only one head works, so it's not even stereo no more. It's a mono. So we are living life like back in 1965. You know, back when we had an AM radio in the dash. One speaker, yeah. Man, you was big time if you had two speakers back on the back deck. You remember those days? Had that 8-track. Well, I can remember the 4-track. Either way, you know, the big old tapes. And it was mounted underneath the dash. And of course, those 4-tracks and 8-tracks were always getting all wadded up. Sometimes you spent more time untangling your tape than you did listening to the music. Woo. But it is, like I say, it's a beautiful day. Excellent day for a ride. Uh-oh. Well, it's time for the school buses. I wasn't paying no attention to time, because had I known it was school bus time, I probably would have waited a little bit later. Because when the truck idles, it sounds more like a choo-choo than a truck. Because it goes chug, 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 chug. Yep. Yeah, we got up to 50 again. We ain't gonna set no speed records, let me tell you that. But there's always other ways to do this, and I'm sure I'll get plenty of comments on how I should have done this in the comment section below this video. But when you're just only one person, you know, doing things like dropping the fuel tank, many people be convinced you can siphon gas out of the truck, which I will tell you, you can't. And then there'll be, you know, well, why didn't you just unhook the line from the fuel rail and do it that way? Well, that gets back to that, I'm only one person. Somebody got to hold the hose. Somebody got to keep switching on the switch, because the fuel pump will only run so long, and if the engine don't crank, it automatically turns off. Yeah, so you don't burn up the pump. Imagine that. But I'll tell you this, I just tickled pink that on Monday, or no, it was Tuesday, that after sitting for nearly 2 years, charged up the battery, fired up this truck, and it ran. Albeit, it did not ran good. For some reason, she's idling high. If I had to guess, She is now in what they call limp home mode. Yep, that's limp, L-I-M-P, home, H-O-M-E, mode. Yep, it's when the computer thinks something catastrophic's going on with the engine. So it diverts to a very rich fuel setting, certain timing settings. Yep. And it's just about getting you back to the home place. That's all it's about. It ain't about going nowhere, keep driving it forever or nothing. It's just meant to get you back home. That's why they call it limp home mode. You're limping it on back to the home place. And you might think with this old gas that the longer you drove it, the smoother it would get. That would be a fallacy. Yeah. You see, it ain't so much the gas gets old, the gas gets contaminated. Since now they put up anywhere from 10 to 15% ethanol in it. Yeah, they even got that E85 now. And guess what? You might not believe this, but alcohol, ethanol that is hygroscopic. And what's that mean? You can look this up on Mr. Google. It means it attracts and absorbs moisture. And you say, oh, that can't be alcohol. You know, back in the day we used alcohol to dry out electrical things, you know, like distributor caps. True. Different alcohol, maybe. I don't know. All I know is ethanol will absorb and attract moisture. So the longer your ethanol fuel sits in your tank, you know, atmosphere has to come and go inside the gas tank to relieve pressure. So not only is the gasoline degrading, yep, from evaporation, it's also absorbing water. Yep, she's weak. She don't want to get up the hills. And you know, this is one of those times, this has got that little 2.2 Vortec in it. I love this little engine. Got a timing chain, so you can't ruin it when the timing belt breaks. Yep, it's a non-interference engine. You should look that up too. And that's a real good thing to know about. And if your engine in your vehicle is an interference engine, woo, you better be getting that timing belt changed when you should, or you'll wreck the whole engine. Yeah, my son's just recently learned that lesson in his Fiat. Yeah. Its engine's wrecked because its timing belt broke. Yes, it did. Well, she's bucking a little bit more. Yeah, I'm thinking I may go ahead and pull the hose off the fuel rail, try to connect up a longer piece of hose to that hose, and get this gas on out of this. Because this truck just ain't liking it. In fact, since I don't want to put us all out walking, well, that would be bad right now, because I'm sure it's over 100 out there in that sun. And we don't need to be walking, because we're probably about 2.5, 3 miles from the house. I can make it, but some of you might not be able to. And I'm going to tell you straight out, I can't carry y'all. So we're going to head her on back to the house. We're not even going to stop by the convenience store. And I'm going to put this one back under the shade tree. We got her back out. She knows we love her. And she knows she's going to be my number one baby again. The black one will be my number 2. And I know it's breaking Pokey's heart. She's just going to have to sit there and be a wallflower for a while. So I figured out exactly what we're going to have to do to her. And how much it's going to cost. It's that cost thing that, you know, is the big question mark. And with that said, and as much as I appreciate cards and letters and surprise gifts, and I did get a gift yesterday again too, I was just so thrilled. And that was from Condesa. Yep, after the end of a hard day of working on vehicles, there it was, like magic, on the top step. Now, I ain't opened it up yet, so I can't tell you, because I was just too tuckered out to even cook. And then I got up today, fixed some coffee, threw on my grunge clothes, and went back at it. You know, because I got to get things going. I got to get things back on the high side, the positive side. I don't like being marred down in all this here things ain't good stuff. You know, it's bad enough I can't even turn on my computer now without seeing buy food now. It don't matter anymore. They don't even worry about all the things to tell you why to buy food now. You just, I mean, look at the thumbnail. Every channel, buy food now. It don't matter whether it's about gardening, homesteading. Oh my God, the preppers. Yep. And everybody's got all these inside tracks and intelligence, and yeah, I mean, I don't know how all these people became such insiders with all these here super secretive, high level intel, you know, avenues of information. Do you? Hell, I used to work for the government, and I ain't got all that. Imagine that. And I got a YouTube channel too. You would think they'd tell me, so I could tell all of you, but I can't. So all I can do is live my life. I'm sure I don't live it like many others would live it. I always get a lot of recommendations, and since I do read all the comments, and I am here late behind getting back to y'all, it takes me a day or 2 or 3 now. Yeah, I know, sometimes 4. Give me a break. Okay. We're getting close to the house. I'm gonna scare her. I'm gonna take her by the junkyard. She don't straighten up, you know. She needs to know. Just like Pokey. This is where you end up when you can't no longer hump your ruck or drag little Mr. Tom and all of you around. Yep, that's where you go, right there. So you better straighten up. And I don't know if you can see it. It's sort of jerking like she's a horse. She's bucking. She's bucking. I'm trying to give her head. You know, it just amazes me, like I said, that it'll still drive after sitting 3 months shy of 2 years again, especially on the same fuel. And I know people will tell me, you know, it's hard on the plugs and it may pile out your plug, but it just may do it. I know how to take them out. And you know, it ain't been all that long before it laid down on me the first time that I'd went all the way through her and got her all tuned up. You know, all new plugs, wires, filters, fluids, everything. And then she laid down on me and got parked. But it wasn't her fault. All things break. In all truth, it's my fault. I was lazy. So now, we're going to take her on back in here. Put. Yeah, I got a viewer. I think it's Sharon, and there may be others. You know, they refer to their vehicles as putt-putts for obvious reasons. We're just going to bring her under the old oak. Hopefully nothing fall on her. Well, let's take her over by the shop. That way nothing can fall on her. We'll leave her here. What do y'all say? Well, I'm saying good. And I can get in the black truck and go get some fuel for the mower. because we still got to mow grass this afternoon. Life must trudge on, right? Hey, y'all unbuckle once we stop. Even though this one ain't black, with this here smoky gray interior, it's getting hot in here fast, isn't it? Everybody bail now, okay? Well, pardon me and my old truck for the rough ride. It was rough, and the premature cancellation of the further ride. She's running way too rough. She's not going to run that fuel out, so I'm going to have to pull the fuel hose from the rail, splice in some more pipe where I can hold it in a container, and operate the key and just get this thing rest of the way pumped on out. Throw some new fuel in it, reset the ECM, and get on with life. Yeah. Anyway, I've got to get her all washed up. I did do all the windows so we could see. Yeah, now I got to get the bed all cleaned out. You know, I got to do all that. Oh, but I don't know if y'all noticed. Yard is getting a little long in the tooth. And we need to get on that this afternoon. So hey y'all, I've got to jump in the other one. And I got to run and get some gas. And I got to get on that mower. And I know many of y'all would like to come on and jump on the old Troy belt too, but she can't hold very many, you know. And the last time somebody sat on the grass catcher and broke it. So that's a no. But you know, it's just like in your lives. I'm sure you've got something you need to be doing right now. Or maybe you're watching old Mr. Tom, you know, after you wrapped up your day. Everything's done for the day, and you're all well and happy. And I hope you are. But hey, until I, the kitty crew, you know, Spooky, Speedy, Cleo, Mr. Gray, Magoo, sometimes Heathcut, and that little Gracie and a little bit too. See y'all on the next video. Y'all stay safe. Take care. Prepare as you must, and you will. And may God bless each of you as you bless others in your life. Goodbye for now. Okay, Spooky. I got to go in and get Blackie's keys, and we got to fire up. Are you going to want to jump in and ride too? Ain't no air, buddy. Such is life. We just got to do the best we can. Yeah. We don't need nothing. We survived it before, and we'll survive it again. I gotta go get the keys, get the gas jug out of the other one. Yeah, we gotta get this show on the road. Speedy, you know, just make sure you keep guarding Blackie so nobody will take her, okay? You can see they're right there. You know, somehow I think maybe they think Blackie, the S10, is, you know, just a bigger kitty. You never know. Little bit. I see you. You waiting on Papa, ain't you? Yes, she is. Well, till later. See y'all.